Today, we discuss Miro. Today, I want to talk about the hellscape that is technical diagramming, right? Everybody's nodding their heads right now, And there is a potential solution that I want to share. There was one name that several people brought up. I did some digging, and it's kind of nuts how much this program Miro has for developers. I have to share this. It could potentially be a game changer for you. So my favorite part about Miro is that half the work is already done. Like right now, typically we spend hours starting diagrams from scratch, gathering information. You get buy-in from every team. That's a lot of work to do. But Miro has a full set of integrations with the tools you're probably already using. And they also offer open APIs and SDKs for custom solutions for all those niche diagramming use cases we have to do, right? So the end result is the same, but it doesn't take forever. It's a massive, massive time saver. I'm transforming basic flowcharts and network architectures, and it all lives in one place. So are you using Miro? Have you used it? I want to hear. That's MIRO.com.
Deep underground, the Jelly Belly factory, BB is in her secret laboratory creating the weird and wild flavors of Bean Boozled.
I've done it again!
Is it pomegranate or old bandage? Dare to compare. Bean Boozled, 6th edition. Are you brave enough?
Hello, Peter. What's happening? I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. So if you could be here around 9, that would be great. Okay? Oh, and I almost forgot. I'm also gonna need you to go ahead and come in on Sunday, too, okay? We lost some people this week, and we need to sort of play catch-up.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Just a moment.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday again, it's Saturday, Sunday, because it's Friday! 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 Friday!
On this episode of The Commercial Break.
In the spirit of the Morning Zoo crew, it's Friday, 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 and I'm here to take you through the very first BTY Friday. And Krissy and I wanted to make sure that you, the brand new listeners or the old listeners, had an opportunity to catch up on some of the inside jokes, pearls of wisdom, favorite content foils, or extra funny moments. We know that it's hard to dig through 200 and some odd episodes of The Commercial Break when we're putting out 3 brand new ones every single week. Starting now and continuing for the rest of the summer, we're digging deep, we're finding our best, and we're sending it to YOYO. So welcome to the very first BTY Friday. One of the most requested content foils that we get is mountain monsters. I found this absolutely absurd show many episodes ago, and since then, Krissy and I have reviewed 5 or 6 clips of the mountain monsters. But I think the hilarity really took hold on the second episode that we reviewed, which we affectionately referred to as the Paw-Paw Popper, the harmonica-loving 8.5-foot, 600-pound Bigfoot that likes to play the harmonica. So I've taken the episode, I've cut out all the fat, we're getting right to it, straight to the heart of the matter, so it's a shorter episode than usual, but I'm sure that's a positive in your mind. So here's our review of Mountain Monsters from The Commercial Break, episode number 80.
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
There could be a lot of potentially scary creatures out there, like, the Yeti or the North Alaskan Bigfoot or the Firefoot or the Whisper Wolves or whatever the fuck they're called. So I go trying to find information about this particular story. The Whisper Wolves. Oh, don't even get me started. Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
So I go down this rabbit hole trying to find information about this bacteria called the clavadil or something. Sounds like something
STD.
you catch at a massage parlor. I got the clavadil. I got the clavadil from Betty at the massage parlor. But what I found when I started researching this was not anything about the clavadil. What I found was a bunch of fucking morons running around trying to prove that Bigfoot exists in multiple different reality shows on TV networks I have never heard of.
I was scrolling through a TV the channels one day, and I came across. Was it on National Geo? No, not Nat Geo.
Was it on Discover America or like Destination America?
Yeah, it was Discover something, and it had these people that had a picture, but then the guy came out and said that he really had dressed up. He was a friend, and he had actually been the one to dress up to fool the other friend.
Okay. So that's the very famous picture of Bigfoot that everyone has seen. You know, it's in textbooks, right? You know, fancy, crazy creatures, right? Yes. But you got to remember that in 2021, there's a whole shitload of human beings who actually believe in this shit because their brains aren't working correctly, right? I mean, because they have shit clanking around in their head, right? They believe anything that anybody says to them.
Yes.
And there are lots of television shows that are dedicated to finding Bigfoot and such type creatures.
Okay, the
right?
Yeti.
Yes. Now, there's a couple of things that I've noticed about these television shows, and I'm focusing in on one. It's called I can't remember what it's called. Crazy Creatures or something, like, creating creatures or whatever. There's a couple of things that I've noticed about all these TV shows. They all have the same MO going on. It's a couple of hillbilly types, right? Good old boys. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I love me some good old boys.
Yes.
But they're all good old boys. They're all running around these incredibly, dense forests at night with night vision goggles. And while they clearly see the creature every single episode, the camera never seems to catch up with them.
Right. They can't capture it.
There's this one show that we're about to listen to. This guy, the head guy here, he must weigh 450 pounds. He is huge. Mm-hmm. He has a hard time walking at even a snail's pace. He's a big boy. He's lumbering around, right? Mm-hmm. Every episode that I watched, he sees whatever creature they're trying to catch, right? It's like
it's different ones?
It's all kind of different ones. I'm telling you, the whisper wolves, the red hot, fired Bigfoot.
The Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah, by the way, there's not just one type of Bigfoot. There's millions of Bigfoots. There's the thunderclappers and the the robber roobers.
It's not Harry from Harry and the Hendersons?
No, it's not. They're not that friendly. They all look scary. And by the way, Destination America spared no expense at making a 3D animation of Bigfoot that my son draws make better drawings. Like, we saw the blue-haired Bigfoot. They all look incredibly not scary. I'm just telling you that.
Okay.
So here's what happens. Ready? In the darkness.
Oh.
Hey, Billy, over here. I think I see a path where clearly he's going down toward the creek.
They call it a creek. It's not a creek. It's a creek. Heading down toward the creek. Oh, there he is! Quick, get away!
And is the camera running and showing the ground?
The camera's all shaky, but it's showing the ground the entire way because God forbid the cameraman actually see anything. God forbid the cameraman be any part of the action whatsoever. It always seems to be Billy, the 450-pound man who needs a cart to get around at Kroger, but he manages to run fast as the wind in the woods. I'm not making fun of the guy because he's big. He's big. There's lots of people who are big.
Yes.
I'm saying you get the premise here, right?
Yes.
Is that the cameraman is probably some twink carrying around, 450 pounds worth of camera gear.
Yeah.
And he can't manage to point his camera in the right direction at any time during any episode in 26 fucking seasons. It's unbelievable. So I went down a total rabbit hole with this show. And every show more unbelievable than the next. And I'm not talking like the best kind of unbelievable. I'm talking about holy shit. Like these are paid actors clearly, right? Okay. We want to get started on this?
Yes.
Let's get started on this. Where do we start is the question. Let me pull them up on the beep boop pop machine here. Beep boop pop boop 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 boop. Unfortunately, I can't play that noise and look for the beep boop pop at the same time. So I'm limited. My technology is limited. Here. Let's amend our contract and we'll get that one. We just had a 3-hour business meeting. I'm surprised we're still awake. Okay. I want to get into it here. Here, we're going to meet some of the principles of this particular show. I think it's called the Catching Creatures or something like that, right? Listen, this is on Destination America. No one is watching this television show. Well, actually, there are probably lots of people watching this television show, but it's not subs. I bet the podcast has more listeners than this does watchers, right? And
is that its own channel?
Destination America is its own channel. Basically, they talk about RVs, fishing, and Bigfoot. Those are the three things they're into. And I think occasionally...
That's why I've never seen it before.
Yeah, I think occasionally they rerun Beverly Hillbillies or something like that. It's a station you would never know about for any reason whatsoever. But it's on my show. It's on my TV. I've seen it. Okay, so here we're gonna meet Ken, and Ken's gonna introduce us to some of the fellers.
Okay.
Right here tonight is where we're going to start the investigation to prove that Bigfoot exists in the Appalachia.
He's marking it as if it's
this night.
Tonight.
It's the record tree.
It's the record tree.
Mark.
Let us click. Sorry about that. Let us click on Brian's phone and turn it to silent. I'm keeping that in because that was funny. Right here on the 29th night, on the 37th night of June, 2020, I hereby demark this as the night we find Bigfoot.
Okay.
By the way, every episode they find Bigfoot. So, I don't know why he's saying
good to know.
Yeah, it's good. If you watch the show, it's not going to disappoint. You're going to find Bigfoot. You won't see Bigfoot, but they'll find him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just slips away.
Yeah. By the way, don't you think if you saw fucking Bigfoot 14 out of 22 shows that you would be the most famous rich person in history? If you could actually just get your camera to point in the right direction? How about getting more than one camera? How about the first time you see him deciding that you're going to get multiple cameras? No, don't let that spoil the fun.
No.
We're right up on the ridge line above the cabin where our first eyewitnesses have heard this midnight whistler for the last 3 weeks.
And let me ask you a question. Have your eyewitnesses been cooking crystal meth out of a Mountain Dew can?
Midnight Whistler.
The Midnight Whistler. Where our first eyewitnesses have heard it. Unfortunately, our first eyewitnesses are missing all of their teeth. And their favorite beverage is Crystal Meth Mountain Dew. They're not here with us any longer. They're somewhere in the creek.
So we're in the perfect place to start this night investigation. We don't even have a rookie on the team now. Buck's been around with us for a long time. We have many.
I love how these shows, like the producers change the music. Right now and right here, we are about to solve a 1,000,000-year-old mystery. Where is Bigfoot? He's down there near the creek, under the cavern, up on top of the ridge below the cabin where the old eyewitnesses saw him. And it's like there's crazy doon 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 doon, and then bum 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 bum.
Like, we don't even have a rookie on the team.
Yeah, we don't even have a rookie on the team anymore. Look at this, it's Bob. God, fellas, get loose for a minute. I mean, why are we so serious? I don't understand. Meanwhile, Bob's shitting his pants. He's like, "We're gonna see Bigfoot."
Many years of outdoorsman here.
If I'm not the rookie anymore, what am I?
Well, you'd be Buck Private.
Okay, now back to getting serious. Let's have Buck Private. Okay, now that we got the joke out of the way, let's go get murdered by some 17-foot tall strong man. Yeah, the other thing is they have no regard for safety. If they're really going to go see Bigfoot, they're in overalls. Like, they all have guns, but they're clearly toy guns. Like, they got them from the prop department at Disney. And I don't mean Disney, the actual production company. I mean Disney World. It's like, let's pick up a couple of here toy guns and the Pirates of the Caribbean. We'll use these on our television show for Destination America. Got paid $32.67 per episode. I'm a Hollywood actor.
Let's leave my privates out of it.
Oh.
Buck's taught me things.
I see what he
about
did
the
there.
woods.
Buck's funny. Buck is funny. He deserves that rate. He deserves that promotion he's getting from, whatever, rookie to private. By the way, there's a team of 3. Like, I got promoted.
About hunting, about tracking, that I didn't know. He's really came from being a rookie status up to one of a full team member.
You guys, we really need to pay attention tonight because this truly is the only Bigfoot is full nocturnal.
He can see as good as night as we can see at high noon.
Have you?
Who used the word high noon anymore?
Does high noon mean noon?
Yeah, high noon means 3 o'clock. No, it means when the sun is at the top of the peak. So in the summertime, that's about 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
It can be noon during the winter.
Right.
You can be noon, but it's when it's at its highest peak. It's right above your head. They call that high noon. Yeah,
the high part.
This guy can see. This guy can see as good as any man in a mask that I bought at the dollar store can see. So be careful. Old Billy in the costume doesn't have great eyesight. Be careful, cameraman, you don't accidentally catch him.
Right.
Okay, cameraman, point the other direction. We're going to go this way, you point that way.
You ever look through a night vision scope in broad daylight? Yeah. You can't. And I'd say that's exactly why he can't come out in the daylight hours.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I don't think night vision will burn your eyes out. What?
Okay, guys, you ready?
All right, boys, lock and load.
Easy, guys. As long as there's been man in central Kentucky, there's been sightings of Bigfoot right here.
Grass is pretty beat down through here.
Right here will be the starting place to prove that Bigfoot is fact, not fiction. Tonight, we're going to be looking for anything out of the normal. We're also going to be looking for those glowing green eyes.
Those glowing green eyes that I bought on eBay.
I was going to say, is there a radioactive plant nearby?
No, they're just those glow in the dark eyes I bought on eBay. Okay. I posted them up on a tree about 40 yards yonder. As long as there's been man in south central northeast Kentucky.
There's been talk.
As long as there's been cameramen out in these woods tonight. As long as there has been... As long as there's been craft services table over there to the left, we've been looking for Bigfoot of yonder in these air hills. There's actually a Walmart about 300 yards to the left. I'm going to go to QT real quick. I'll be back.
That high-pitched whistle. Hold up a second, Buck. Is that a trail right there? Looks like right up through there and right out through there. Let's hit that trail.
Hit it.
Hit it.
It doesn't look like it's a trail that he used consistently, Trapper. Whoa,
whoa. What we got? It's right up in there.
I can't see nothing. It's too thick in here.
Why don't you get your night vision goggles? It's too thick in here.
Where did they go?
I can't see anything with the Kmart parking lot lights in my eyes. I'm having a hard time seeing.
Whoa. Stop.
Whoa.
I can't see anything.
Whoa. Did I see a sale sign in the Kohl's window over there? Whoa. Is that Chevron with them good hot dogs? Hurry up, get that way. Run it that way.
I can't see anything. It's too thick.
It's way too thick. It's just so much trees. We can only fit 7 cameramen and some sound guys in here. It's too thick. I can't get through. Looks like he doesn't use this path very much.
Let's go there.
Could someone give me my script? I forgot what to say after. Doesn't look like he uses that much fare. Hey you, thanks for tuning in to yet another episode of this, The Commercial Break. Krissy and I have some exciting news for you, the listening audience. We're turning Fridays into BTY Fridays. We're digging deep in our catalog, finding the best or most relevant episodes so you have a chance to catch up without spending more time on this ridiculous podcast. We'll take the funniest, most outrageous, or most relevant to the content we're talking about now, and we'll put it on Fridays and make it easy for you to catch up on TCB. If you have an episode you'd like to hear or a suggestion about what we should play, 661-237-8296. That's 661, the word best, the number 2, YO. You can also reach us at tcbpodcast.com. Click on the Contact Us button and send us an email. Feel free to slide into our DMs at The Commercial Break on Instagram and the brand new YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Commercial Break, where we put out full episodes a couple days after they air and fresh clips episodes almost every single day of the week. 661-BEST-TO at The Commercial Break on Instagram, tcbpodcast.com for all the audio and video, and youtube.com/The Commercial Break. We'd appreciate it if you'd leave us a review or a rating on your favorite podcast player. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any episodes, and please use the specialized URLs and codes that we give when we're talking about our sponsors. Let's take a few minutes to hear from those sponsors, and then we'll be back to this episode of The Commercial Break.
Deep underground the Jelly Belly factory, BB is in her secret laboratory creating the weird and wild flavors of Bean Boozled.
I started a key.
Is it pomegranate or old bandage? Dare to compare. Bean Boozled, 6th edition. Are you brave enough?
Huckleberry, you got your harmonica?
Yes, I do.
Can you give him a high note on that harmonica?
Okay, so at this point, he breaks out a harmonica.
Say high noon?
Yeah, he said high noon again, but he's breaking out a harmonica, trying to call Bigfoot with a harmonica.
With a harmonica.
Yes.
Well, it's like a little fig,
That's
like
right.
a little jig.
Shh. Holy shit. There he is! It's Bigfoot! Here he comes! Shh, can you hear him? Up there in the distance. It's John Popper, the Bigfoot. Hello, Johnny. Johnny, is that you? He breaks out a harmonica, a fucking harmonica.
Wow.
This show is almost daring you to not believe it. It's just almost the best satire I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
come
bust
on.
out that tune.
Yeah, I mean,
when you're trying to catch Bigfoot.
you gotta put down the Fortnite and get out of your mom's basement if you believe this bullshit.
We know from our eyewitnesses that the Midnight Whistler's attracted to harmonica playing. So
He's attracted to Blues Traveler. We know for a fact we saw him at a Blues Traveler concert over at the strip joint. Because, Blues Traveler hasn't done so well. They haven't aged too well. Once he got skinny, it just wasn't the same. Poor John Popper. We don't know if it's the green-eyed Bigfoot or the skinny John Popper. We're not really sure. Yep, that's a John Popper.
Oh my God. The funny thing is that John Popper really did get in trouble a while back with like guns
I know,
and marijuana and all kinds of stuff.
He was doing some crazy shit, yeah. He got skinny, it all went off the rails for him, man.
We're not sure if that's Bigfoot or a skinny John Popper.
We don't know if it's Bigfoot or if it's Blues Traveler practicing for their next album out here in these hills of Kentucky.
We heard Bigfoot likes harmonica.
We heard Bigfoot likes meatloaf. No, not the food. The band.
I brought one.
Answer him back up.
He said answer him.
He didn't answer us.
We're hearing noises all around us. We're really trying to listen for that whistle, but we haven't heard it yet.
Here it is.
We did hear some rocks clacking together, and that is really common with Bigfoot.
That's really calming for Bigfoot.
Check this out, man. This is like a runway here.
A runway? What is he flying now?
Wow.
Check it out. He got his driver's license. He got his pilot's license.
This is a gem of a show.
I know.
Wow, you really did run up into it.
Listen, we're only one of 7 clips in.
Who is it?
There's some fresh broke limbs down here in the creek, too.
Yeah, this looks like it made a pathway
The creek.
through there.
Let's go down there and take a look at that. We just found a path leading right down to a creek. Bigfoot's knowing to use these...
Knowing. He put an A in known. He's knowing. Only in Kentucky.
waterways as travel routes. We need to investigate. Hold on. Here. You know what that is right there, don't you?
That's pawpaw leaves.
That's pawpaw leaves.
Pawpaw leaves. Those leaves my Paw-Paw used
those
when he went
leaves
out.
my Paw-Paw used to keep John Popper away from the food. When Mama used to put a big pie out in the windowsill to cool off, John Popper was known to sneak up. Here he comes, John Popper. Get the Paw-Paw leaves. I hear John Popper coming. I hear the ghost of a blues traveler. We call him a blues traveler. He's been known to travel around these parts playing harmonica, eating everybody's food.
I'm crying.
Using the crick to travel up and down, stealing pies from Mama's window with Paw-Paw leaves. Oh, Lord.
That's fresh break, too.
That's fresh. The pawpaw's a very sweet fruit this time of year. What he's doing, he's carrying this fruit in his arms, and he's eating as he goes along. The Kriss's been going up.
That's making a big assumption because you saw some leaves. I'll show them. I'll get fat again. I'll get fat and mount my comeback. You do you, John Popper. You do you.
Over the bank right here. You see it?
Yeah.
What the hell is this? Holy! It's a nest.
It's a nest.
Whoa! Whoa! This place is huge.
It's the size of a dodo bird.
This place is huge. He said this place is huge?
He said this place is huge. They come up on this thing, like, I mean, you can't see it, but it comes up on what looks like a woven together nest, right? The size of a human being, right?
Oh.
It's a nest for all a blues traveler. It's Blue Traveler's new touring van made out of pawpaw leaves. This is the most ridiculous show I have ever
it really is.
seen in my entire life. It's just the brass balls on these people. But listen, people believe this shit.
Yeah.
They believe this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear more?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to hear more.
Yes,
like, how can we just stop right there?
No, that's suspenseful music, too.
Oh, my God. And then in one moment, a nest. Hey, Private Ben, come over here. It's like the music changes in a heartbeat. If you found a human-sized nest in the middle of the woods, you would call the sheriff immediately at night with someone playing harmonica in it. You wouldn't go toward it. You'd call the FBI. You'd say, I found the Silence of the Lambs guy. Right. For real, in real life. He's there. He's killing people, I'm sure of it. I don't want to go there. I followed the crick to the nest where I heard the harmonica and the pawpaw leaves. I think John Popper's killing people in a nest in my backyard. Excuse me, sir? You haven't watched Destination America? What is that, sir? It's a television station. Most popular television station here in Central East Kentucky. Here in East West Kentucky. Okay, here. Something has been haunting one of the team members for a long time. He needs to get it off his chest.
Well, what happened with the nest?
I don't know. I mean, it was in the next episode. I just couldn't get into it. Yeah, and then I put to the next episode, and this was it.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing, is it never really ends, right? There's always a mystery, and then they talk about, we found that nest and handed it over to our investigations team for more to follow up. Follow up. This is like the biggest story that's ever happened. If you found Bigfoot's nest for real, you would be on the cover of every magazine in the world. But no, you go, I'm letting my investigations team follow up with it.
Send it over to the team.
Yeah, send it over to the team. Not a scientist among us.
What I'm going to tell you guys has bothered me for 46 years. It's hard to talk about.
I've got a bad case.
This could go anywhere. This could go anywhere.
I have athlete's foot, boys, and it's really been bothering me. I've been attracted to Private Ben since he became a private.
I have a feeling that I would not be surprised by anything he said.
No, I'm one of the two people sitting at that table. I'm like, oh, Lord, here's where we lose our contract for Destination America. Don't say it, Billy Bob.
I'm telling you guys because we're friends, we're family.
And lovers, occasionally.
We've sweated together. We've bled together.
Yeah.
We sweated together. I don't think sweated together. I think sweated is a word, but I sweated it out.
It started 46 years ago, 1969. We have a garden back here on top of the hill. We'd drive out here.
We'd plant some weed.
Summer of love.
Summer of love. I was back here playing Grateful Dead, smoking ganja, when Granny came out. And she said, Billy Bob, take down your trousers and let me show you what a real man does. Let me show you what Grandma's working with.
Oh, my God.
It's been bothering me for 46 years, but Grandma used to be pretty hot. You remember? She was 19 when I was 16. I don't know if you remember. Mom was 3 when she had me.
A couple times a week, help Grandpa hoe, pick weeds. Me and my brother, my mom, and my grandpa was back there. Well, this time we went back there on the hill of the garden. We're going to pick beans. Well, we picked our bushel of beans, asked them if they'd eaten anything else. They said, nah, go ahead and run around for a while. We both grabbed a tomato. I'll remember that because we was eating tomatoes.
He was eating tomatoes.
We're just hanging out.
It's
Summer
a weird
69.
detail to remember. Yeah, summer of 69, we grabbed a mater. Because he's just running through the field eating a mater. How's your mater? It's pretty good. How's yours? It's delicious. Oh, quick, head back for the house. Here comes Paw-Paw Popper. Here comes the Paw-Paw Blues Traveler.
Paw-Paw Popper.
Here comes Paw-Paw Poplar and the Blues Traveling Bigfoots.
They got that nest.
They're coming to get our maters. Oh, no. Quick, throw your mater on the ground. Distract him. Oh, no, he's upon us. It's okay, don't worry about it. Summer of love. It was 46 years ago when I got a hand job from Bigfoot. I was lonely. It was the summer of love. I was eating a mater, and all of a sudden, Big Stroke was stroking my little cock.
Thing to do. We worked our way out around this old horse trail. You get out there so far, it sort of drops off. Had saplings about 10 foot tall. And my brother throwed a rock over the hill.
And it came right back at him. My brother threw a rock over the hill and it came right back at him in the head. So I buried him right there with his mater. I said, well, it's probably dead. He's still breathing, but he won't be for long. That's what we did back then.
Yeah, it's been bothering him ever since.
Someone got hit in the head by a rock. He just pretty much called it a day. Well, Billy Joe died of another rock incident.
Mm-hmm. Don't throw a rock over that hill.
That's 6 out of the 12 cousins on my mom's side that's even dead from throwing a rock over that hill. Come right back at you. We call it boomerang rocking.
And all of a sudden, something was taking these saplings, like it was really pissed off, and it was just beating these saplings back and forth. You could see the tops of them just being fraylaid from one side to the other. But we're watching this, and all of a sudden, this great big huge hand and forearm come up out of the tops of them brush and had a hold of this one tree right there. The forearm on this thing was that big around.
Wow, my gosh.
If this thing got a hold of your head, there is no doubt in my mind it'd squish you like a tomato.
It all goes back to the tomatoes.
It all goes back to the tomato. That's a good segue there. Great writing. Give these guys an Emmy. Let's see. How do we call that a callback? Where's the callback there? Well, what if I tell them you could squish your head like a tomato? Excellent writing, Jimmy.
You've been promoted.
Do I get executive producer credits on this episode? I don't know. We gotta ask executive producer Paw-Paw.
Oh my God.
This is Hoadley. This show is the craziest.
I've got to see it now.
You have to see it. It's simply one of the best fake television shows. It's simply one of the best fake television shows I have ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, the harmonica.
You're gonna love it. Yeah. It's Paw-Paw Popper coming around the corner. Quick, run and hide under the saplings.
Yes, saplings.
I love all the nomenclature. Honestly, like I'm a big fan of the nomenclature of Southern men, especially, or some of the Southern women too. Ever since I was married to my ex-wife and her mom, and say some, there's like highbrow Southern accents, and then there's lowbrow Southern accents. So you got the highbrow Southern accent, like, well, we would never do anything like that. That's just completely inappropriate, right? And then there's like, man, Paw-Paw down in the river. Masturbating against the saplings. Someone threw a rock down at us, so we threw it back up. Became a running joke. So
it's been bothering me for 46 years.
So now when I'm down near the whacking tree, I just throw rocks back up.
You throw a tomato
That's right.
over the hill just for good luck.
Whenever someone throws a mater down, I throw it right back up. I say, leave me alone, I'm at the whacking tree. That's a tree where everyone goes to whack it. You know, when you're near the whacking tree, you pretty much get left alone. We respect each other's privacy around here. I made a whole nest around my whacking tree. I like to play harmonica. Turns me on. It's the whacking tree. All right, so there you have it. Now you're up to speed on the whacking tree, the Paw-Paw Popper, and the harmonica. The first BTY Friday in the books. And for the rest of the summer, every Friday, you're going to get an episode where we put only the best of the TCB Little Gems on celluloid out to the RSS feed for you. The brand new listener, the old listener, whatever you're into, we're into it too. 661-237-8296. If you have any ideas, if you think any episodes that you've listened to might be good for BTY Fridays, send them on over. Text us 661, the word best, the number 2, YO. You can also hit us up on our brand new website, tcbpodcast.com. Hit the contact us button, email it on over. Or if you're really brave, you can leave us a voice message on 661-237-8296. And you might hear yourself on the next episode of BTY Fridays. Krissy and I will be here every Monday and Wednesday with brand new episodes. And we'd love to hear your comments, questions, concerns, or content ideas. Send us a DM at The Commercial Break on Instagram. Go to youtube.com/The Commercial Break for clips almost every single day of the week and the full episodes on video with our brand new video editor, Morgan, taking the third seat here in the studio. And man, is she doing a great job. Love that, Morgan. All right, you know how we do it. I love you. Krissy loves you. Best to you out there in the podcast universe. And until next time, I always say, I do say, and I must say, bye.
Deep underground the Jelly Belly factory, BB is in her secret laboratory creating the weird and wild flavors of Bean Boozled.
I started a key.
Is it pomegranate or old bandage? Dare to compare. Bean Boozled, 6th edition. Are you brave enough?